Here's what I believe. I stand for a $15 an hour federal minimum wage because I believe that no one should work full-time and live below the poverty line. Firmly, resolutely against Bill C-51. That you can keep Canadians safe without abandoning their rights and freedoms. Back in 1970, there was one person who had the courage to stand up against Pierre Trudeau's War Measures Act because he knew what it represented. Hundreds of people were put in jail without accusation, much less having a trial. That was Tommy Douglas. When Bill C-51 was first introduced, I was told that it was foolhardy to oppose it because over 80% of Canadians were in favor. Our caucus looked at it and said there is no possible way we could ever vote for this. Bill C-51 was wrong then. And I say it's wrong now. And as Prime Minister, I will repeal Bill C-51. The economy for the long term, we will be a champion for manufacturing and innovation and a partner in key sectors such as auto and aerospace. We will create good-paying local jobs with strategic and long-term investments to meet the enormous needs of cities like Toronto in infrastructure, transit, and public housing. Businesses, the creators of 80% of all new jobs in Canada, by lowering their tax rate from 11% to 9%. And remember, this is only one election away because to help families get ahead, we will deliver 1 million childcare spaces at no more than $15. There's been enough talk about child poverty, about millennium goals. We will lift thousands of children and their families out of poverty through effective and permanent support. And you know how we're going to do that? Well, I announced this a few months back at the Broadband Institute. It's nice to talk about tax rates, but if you want to make sure that everyone is effectively paying their fair share, start going after some of the tax loopholes only available to the wealthy few. Yeah. We don't believe that in a country as rich as Canada, that it's inevitable that hundreds of thousands of children go to school in the morning without having eaten. So you know where we're going to start? We're going to eliminate the stock option tax loophole for CEOs and take that money dollar for dollar to lift children out of poverty. We will enhance seniors today and for generations to come. To hammer out deadlines and benchmarks to enhance the Canada Pension Plan. We will maintain pension splitting for seniors and roll back the eligibility for old age security from age 67 to 65. Seniors out of poverty, because I don't accept that after spending a lifetime building this country, any senior in Canada should spend their retirement years living in poverty. And we will restore door-to-door postal service for those communities. Our offer is built on experience and long-term planning. And this is where Mr. Trudeau and I are different. His inexperience leads him to believe he can vote for a $15 an hour federal minimum wage and then campaign against it. Is that the change we need? No! Remember when he said he opposed Bill C-51? And what did he do? He joined with Stephen Harper and voted for it. Then he said he'd fix it. And just the other day, he said Bill C-51 was a great example of what government can do. Is that the change we need? No! Remember his long-standing principle of balancing the books? On July 19th, barely 7 weeks ago, he was adamant about the importance of balancing the books. Then he says, instead of asking Canada's wealthiest corporations to pay their fair share, his plan is to run billions in deficits, putting at risk our social programs and leaving that debt on the backs of future generations. Is that the change we need? No! How can Canadians trust a person who so easily abandons one principle for another? The question a lot of Canadians are asking, if Justin Trudeau can change so many of his long-standing and firmly held principles before Election Day, which ones will he abandon after Election Day? Fear and division with the politics of hope and optimism. Are you ready to replace Stephen Harper with an NDP government and get Canada on track? Well, that works out well because we're ready too.